Welcome everyone to the Ewing Mansion. My name is Sally. I'm going to be your tour guide today. I would like to give you the history about the house. In fact, I'll tell you all about it, and then you're welcome to walk through and really enjoy it. Southfork Ranch is located in Parker, Texas in Collin County, which is about 20 miles northeast from downtown Dallas. The house was built in 1970. The man that built the house, Joe Duncan, built it for his wife Natalie and their 3 boys. At the time, they had one of the largest working quarter-horse ranches in the state of Texas. It was called Duncan Acres. One day in 1978, the Duncans' lives would be forever changed because a helicopter was flying around. They were with Lamar Production Company out of California. They were looking for a place to land and to film for the new show Dallas, and the helicopter landed on the front lawn. When this happened, Mr. Duncan was a little upset, to say the least. He ran outside, he asked the production company to leave, and they left. However, a week later, they returned, re-landed, and this time when they came back, he was a lot happier to see them as they brought their checkbook with them. As you know, the show became very popular very quickly. In 1980, that's when JR was shot on the show. Fans started coming here from all over the world because the fans actually believed that JR lived here. Of course he didn't, but the fans were concerned about JR and they felt they really needed to check on him, so the fans hopped over the fence out front carrying their get well cards and flowers. And while they were here, the fans decided just to make themselves at home by swimming in the pool, looking in the windows all hours of the day and night, stealing the Duncan's mail, and even going so far as to take pictures of the Duncan family in bed.
Come on, get up, up.
Hello.
So by 1984, the Duncans had had all the fame and fortune they really could stand. They sold their dream home, and the Duncan family moved north.
I'd forgotten how beautiful the evening skies are here at the ranch.
You really missed Southfork, didn't you?
It was my home.
Well, it can be again.
In 1984, the second owner purchased the property. He had a very successful tourist business going on. However, that same gentleman needed to put the ranch up for collateral for a business deal in 1990, which he did. He had some bad luck though, and he lost the ranch in 1990. After he lost the ranch, the house sat vacant for a couple of years, and in 1990, our current owner, Rex Mon, a businessman from Arizona, came to an auction, bought 40 acres of the original 200 acres as well as the house. The decorator that refurbished everything in 1992 was Linda Shell, along with Alan Moore. They reflected on each character and what part they played in the show, and at the time that they were on the series and when they were the most popular, and therefore came the themes of each room. Each room has a fictitious theme. I say fictitious because actually all the interiors for the show Dallas were never filmed here. The interiors were actually filmed on a 40,000 square foot set in Culver City, California at MGM Studios. However, all of the exteriors for the show were filmed here on location. Every summer, the cast and crew would fly in, stay in hotels in Dallas, come out to the ranch daily to film all of the driveway scenes, barbecue scenes, breakfast scenes, pool scenes, downtown Dallas scenes, everything they needed for the entire season.
We've had a good time. Let's just not overdo it.
We're standing in Jock's living room. It's dedicated to the memory of Jim Davis, who played Jock Ewing on the show from 1978 until his death in 1981. The only parts of the house that have actually been filmed for reunion shows is Jock's living room. It was filmed for the 20th anniversary show, Dallas War of the Ewings, back in 1997, and most recently, back in October of 2004, Dallas returned to Southfork. Also, the master suite upstairs, JR's suite, was also filmed for the 2004 reunion show. Miss Ellie's kitchen, on the show, it was brown and blue, and you'll see a red and white kitchen here today. But Larmar, the production company, liked the kitchen that you'll see here. They went back to the studio and duplicated this kitchen by making it 3 times larger on the set, so the camera equipment could move around.
You make the best chili in the whole world.
The Yellow Room is in honor of Charlene Tilton, who played Lucy Ewing on the show. It's our Yellow Rose of Texas bedroom. The Western bedroom is in honor of Patrick Duffy, who played Bobby Ewing on the show. It has a real Western flair, and of course, we all thought as we were watching the show that Bobby really loved the ranch the most. JR loved the oil, the money, and the women. Miss Ellie's Rose Garden bedroom is in honor of Barbara Bel Geddes, who primarily played the part of Miss Ellie on the show. Often Miss Ellie could be found in her rose garden tending to her roses, so it has a real rose garden feel. The oak staircase leads to the master suite. We call it JR's suite, and you'll know why it's called that once you get upstairs. There's a king-size sleigh bed in the center of the room on a lighted platform.
Turn off light.
JR's bedroom leads to the balcony that overlooks the pool. The balcony's famous because that's where Kristen fell over the balcony.
Kristen. She's dead. You bastard.
All the pool scenes were filmed here, but they used a lot of TV magic. Mirrors, wide-angle lenses. They would often put a clear harness around the swimmer's waist. As the person was swimming and stroking in the pool, someone would stand on the sidelines out of the view of the camera and jerk the harness and pull the swimmer back. So actually, they weren't able to go very far at all. But that's why we had the impression that it was an Olympic-sized pool as we were watching the show.
Oh, God.
People are shocked at the size because it did appear much larger as they were doing the filming. The glass breakfast table is the original table where all of the breakfast scenes for the show Dallas actually were filmed. You're welcome to walk the grounds, and we have Texas Longhorns, paint horses, miniature horses on property. You'll also be able to go over to Lincoln's and Longhorns and see Jock's car that he actually drove on the show, his 1978 Lincoln Continental. There's a lot of articles and memorabilia about the show over at the museum. We're open 363 days out of the year. We still today have over 300,000 visitors from over 96 different countries, and we host over 1,400 different private parties and events here at Southfork Ranch every year.
Bobby.
Thornby, how are you? Having a good time?
Oh, I always have a good time at a Ewing barbecue.
We go from small meetings, corporate events, 10 to 15 people, to 2-3 day concerts. One of our biggest concerts is the Christian rock concert. It's one of the largest in the country. We'll get to 80 to 100,000 people. We'll attend the function all day long. So we weddings, seminars, trade shows. We just run the gamut as far as events. People come out and we'll do like a little rodeo, a miniature version of a rodeo. We have bronco and bulls, we have the horses, the clowns. It's just a smaller version of actual Dallas rodeo. In the last few years, it's becoming more and more popular as far as residential community. You see much more residential section homes being built around the ranch. We try to, as far as the ownership, try to purchase much land around the ranch to sort of protect this. Again, we own 330 acres around the ranch that across the street and other areas, and we continue to buy more to prevent it sort of being built in. I think it's just part of Dallas anymore. I think it's just, as you think of Dallas, you think of JR, you think of the ranch, and I just think it's just a long-lasting impression on people's mind. It's an icon, I believe. I truly feel it's a Dallas icon.
Thank y'all so much for coming, and please make yourself at home.
How's it look?
Wonderful. It really is a beautiful place to live, Bobby.